I guess you love movies. I do too. Hi guys, and welcome back to another movie review. Today is Remembrance Day, so I thought what better day to review one of the most successful World War II and war films of the last 20 or so years is Terrence Malick's The Thin Red Line, which has been sitting on my Netflix for a good amount of time, and I've been waiting for the right time to review this, the right time to watch it, and I thought what better time than Remembrance Day. So a few days ago I watched this movie, and here are my thoughts on it. So, Terrence Malick's The Thin Red Line stars a lot of people. This is a big ensemble cast. It's got Jim Caviezel, Nick Nolte, Sean Penn, it's got Jared Leto, Woody Harrelson, among many others, and is a very different look at the World War II genre. One of the main things that I liked about this film was the visuals. Visually it's stunning, it's got incredible cinematography, some great shots, very different types of shots. This movie did get nominated for 7 Oscars, one of them being cinematography, and I can definitely see the reasons for that. This movie is brilliantly shot and a gorgeous film in terms of visuals. As well as visuals, I love the use of camera work in this movie, especially during the scene where the battalion of soldiers has to take a hill on a Japanese island, and that's kind of like the sort of basis of the story for this film. And technically these sequences are masterfully helmed, and it's some of the best direction you're going to see in a war film. Yet still having that Terrence Malick feel. It's kind of dreamlike, it's a little bit sort of surreal, but it's there's brilliant sequences, and it's still very exhilarating and exciting, while still having that sort of dreamlike Malick feel to them. I also really enjoyed a lot of the performances in this film. Jim Caviezel is fantastic in this movie, and Nick Nolte gives a very underrated performance as a sergeant who's obsessed with the glory of war and doesn't really care too much about losing some soldiers in his pursuit of victory, while another one of his and his captain, the rank below him, is a little bit more moral and has a little bit more conflict in his heart about giving his soldiers up. And that is one of the main personal conflicts within this film. And that's a very enjoyable thing, a very good dynamic within the film, and I enjoyed quite a few performances. Sean Penn is also very good in the movie, and he grew on me as the movie went along. So yeah, those are, and I think that the movie has a style. It manages to enforce Malick's style on the movie. A lot of Second World War films can kind of blend into one. You've seen a lot of the things before. You've seen incredible battle sequences, and you've seen big ensemble casts, but it's just being able to add that something different to the movie, and it does that by adding something about the way humans are with nature, and humans versus nature, which is something that Malick does in a lot of his films. And in this film it kind of explores the idea that maybe nature is at war with itself, and maybe humans can't live in peace because it's just inbuilt in us to be destructive, and that war is kind of the byproduct of that. And that's a very interesting thing that I found very interesting to watch, and there's a lot of visual metaphors that enforce this point, and it makes The Thin Red Line a more original entry into the World War II and war film genre, and allows it to stand up on its own above other films that may be a little bit more formulaic. The only real negatives I can think of in The Thin Red Line, there's two main ones that I can think of. The first one is the fact that it does have a few little pacing issues. 3/4 of the way through the movie, once they've finally taken this hill, it's mild spoilers, but you'd expect them to do this, you expect them to win in this situation, and the movie hits a little bit of a lull. It struggles to find its momentum again. It managed to do it just about before the end, but it does hit a sort of lull, sort of 3/4 of the way through the film. And the other thing that I found was that there's so many big actors in this movie that many actors are sidelined to very small parts. Woody Harrelson doesn't have too much to do, even though he's good in the film while he's in the film. It's the same with John Travolta, who has very, very little to do. He's only got about 1 or 2 minutes of screen time. And he would have been a very big actor at the time, coming off the success of Pulp Fiction. And the one that really struck me was how little George Clooney had to do. He might not have even been in this movie for a minute of screen time, and with someone of the talent of George Clooney, that really isn't using him to the best of his abilities. And I understand that in an ensemble cast it's difficult to balance the stars on show, but sometimes the Thin Red Line struggles to deal with the amount of stars it has in its movie and give them the amount of screen time that they deserve. Other than that though, I really enjoyed The Thin Red Line. I think it's an excellent war drama that definitely has its own thing going on and enables it to bring that Terrence Malick style while also being an entertaining and enriching war drama with great performances and cinematography. And if you haven't seen The Thin Red Line and enjoy war films, I would really recommend watching this film. It's definitely something different to the normal war films that you see, and I'd definitely give The Thin Red Line 9 out of 10. So there you go, that's my review of the Thin Red Line. Hopefully you enjoy it. Have a good Remembrance Day. If anyone is commemorating people that they've lost in the wars, then I wish you a good day, and hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, like, comment, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. What's your favourite war film? What's your favourite Terrence Malick movie? Anything, any questions, anything you want to say, polite obviously, drop that down in the comments section below. And if you have enjoyed this video, hopefully I'll see you next time. Goodbye.